Welcome back to Homebuyer University. Today's episode is of the age-old question, should I wait for interest rates to come down?
This is a question that comes up more than any other question out there, regardless of where interest rates are. That question is, as Andrew said, should I wait for rates to go down before I buy? And we want to kind of tackle this in two ways. One, the way that has probably been promoted to you the most, and two, a different way of thinking about it that I think is the right way of thinking about it. So let's dive into that first way, which is what we're traditionally told from just about every source out there.
What we've all heard is that as rates continue to come down, more borrowers are qualified, driving home prices back up. Simple supply and demand, economics 101.
Super common message, again, economics 101. As rates go down and payments go down, more people qualify, come into the market, demand goes up, prices go up. So in essence, just from that, should you wait before you buy?
I would say no, because the longer you wait, the more people enter the market, driving that demand back up. So you're going to be in a competitive situation again, simply from waiting, which again could make you end up paying a higher price for the home.
So that's the way that we've all heard, we've all been conditioned to think, is that economics 101. Demand goes up, price goes up. As rates go down, demand goes up. But I think that this might be the wrong way of categorizing it, because overall, this feels like a very kind of pressure-oriented buy now, get ready, get into the market, when you may not be feeling ready. And so while that technically economically correct answer of buy sooner rather than later is always going to be the one that's leaned on, it's not necessarily the one that feels the best, and it also might not be the one that feels like it makes the most sense for you. So let's talk about how we should actually be thinking about this and what the right way is most likely for you. Ultimately, you may not feel like you're ready to buy right now, and that's why you want to wait, and that's totally normal. You might be feeling like prices are inaccessible or too expensive. However, I am willing to bet that there is probably a price for a home out there that probably makes sense and is worth it for you to buy right now. Now, that price in that home might not be realistic, but there's probably still something out there that would make sense. And this is what I want us to focus on when we are thinking about waiting or buying now. We'll call this home kind of that golden deal. That deal that would be too good to pass up for you right now without waiting. And maybe that golden deal, again, is unrealistic. However, it's still there, and that's going to be your baseline to operate from. And now, Andrew, how does that golden deal change with you as you kind of go further in time and maybe those rates do drop?
While searching for that golden deal, things are going to be happening in your life. Your income may go up, your family grows, or your savings changes. But at the same time, the market's going to be doing its own thing. It's going to be evolving in the interim, which means your idea of a golden deal is going to be evolving and changing over time, just like the market is.
So your parameters of what that golden deal are usually going to start off as a small little slice. As you progress and the market progresses, it's probably going to widen over time, and there'll probably be more options to choose in there as to what would work for you. But that first baseline that you have to establish is, what is that golden deal right now? And just keep doing tune-ups over time. And by doing this, you're not necessarily shooting yourself in the foot by waiting until rates do come down and then you're fighting everyone else who's out there buying, but you're also making sure that you're staying tuned to the market in case that golden deal does come up and makes sense for you to get your foot in the door when it makes sense for you personally. So as a whole, should you wait for rates to come down? I think in both capacities, whether it be the age-old economic standard of as rates go down, demand goes up, price goes up, is a no. But also, should you just wait as a whole and tune yourself out of the market as a whole? I'm also going to say no. And what we want to focus on is what that golden deal is, even if it's unrealistic, but setting those parameters so you know when to jump in the market when it makes sense for you, instead of just setting an ambiguous deadline in the future when you're going to engage in the market if it ever comes.